Hi, everyone. Hey, everyone. Am I audible? Can you see me? How are you guys? Yeah, we'll be recapping. Hang on. First say hi, then I'll recap the class, okay? Can you guys see me also? My camera is on. Am I visible? Say yes or no. Visible? Okay, you can see me, right? So you see this black whiteboard, not blackboard. Can you see this? Okay, I think we'll be good then. Everyone, right? Everyone can see the whiteboard and everyone can see me also, right? Shine on upper side. Yeah, that's because of the light. Okay, we'll restrict ourselves to lower side only. Yes, you in blue and white board. Okay. Thank you for noticing that, Sweta. Okay, cool, folks. Let me just open the browser also. Browser. Chrome. Screen share, and we will be sharing. Give me a second, guys. Thank you, guys. Good to see you too. Just give me a second. I'm trying to share my screen with you guys. Okay, and हाँ भाई सब कुछ कल का रिवाइज करेंगे पहले. Don't worry. Share screen. Okay. ठीक है. Now I think everything is visible. Huh? Hey, Mahesh Kumar. Okay. So ठीक है. I'm hoping you can see the whiteboard. I mean, you can see this Chrome, and you can see this code screen also, right? Okay. So guys, now we'll begin. First, we'll begin with understanding what we learned yesterday and how we made this beautiful page, right? So two things here. Let's just try to understand what has happened here. So of course, we are looking at this page. So the first thing that should come to our mind is page pe, there are elements also. When I say element, I mean these things, this table, these paragraphs and everything, right? And this page pe, there is some sort of styling also, right? How do we know there is styling? Yeah, बहुत easy hai, because the color is not white of this background. There is some weird color here, which I don't know the name of, and this color is called salmon. मैंने भी कल ही सीखा. Is present here, and of course, okay, this came. We'll remove this. Okay, so we know for a fact that this page has both styling and of course it has HTML. Okay, and how did this happen? It's because we are using CSS and we are using HTML, correct? So it's an interplay of CSS and HTML. I'll disable the chat when I start explaining. Right now is revision phase. Anyway, cool. And then this was the code for it. Okay. So guys, yesterday we learned two important things. One was that every HTML tag or every HTML element has two types of attributes. Okay. They have many kind of attributes, but two special type of attributes. The first, okay, Sweta, you're taking the fun out of this. The first is ID and the second is class. My very bad handwriting. Okay. So there is ID and there is class. Okay. And what is the essential difference between them? The essential difference is ID. This guy is unique. Unique ka matlab hai that only one element on a page can have an ID, right? But for class, only. Is my voice not clear, folks? Is my voice clear? Yes or no? Okay, it's clear. Cool. I'll assume it's clear. Someone said it's not clear. Maybe it's your speaker. I don't know. Anyway, so ID is unique. Okay, and this guy, which is class, is not unique. Okay, so okay, now you guys are doing nonsense on the chat, and you do not get to chat now. This is ID, this is unique, this is class, this is not unique. So when do you need unique things? Let's say there was some one-off thing that I wanted to style, which means there was this guy, I'm talking about style guy. I just wanted to style this guy. Okay, so how I can do that is I can probably provide this paragraph with an ID. How do I do that? Code mein dekhte hain. So there is a P here. P. Where is P? Search, yaar. Searching will be faster. Yep. So this was P. It had an ID P1, right? And when you have an ID P1, you can select with that and specially style that, right? And how do we style? Of course, we use CSS for it, right? CSS को use करने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं? We start with the style tag, ठीक है? Style tag में guys हमने क्या किया? We said hash P1, right? So what happens is for selecting a particular ID, you prepend it with hash, right? So P1 था, उसके आगे hash लगा दिया, and then whatever style you had to write there, you wrote. So CSS syntax, we know there is a selector. Let's demarcate it by hash. Inside this curly bracket, there are set of properties, right? So either you can see on my screen or you can see on this board, there is property, let's call it prop, and there is value, right? So property and value, right? For different types of elements or different types of HTML elements, there could be different type of properties and they can have different types of values, of course, very obvious. What else? और क्या सीखा था? We learned about classes also. So classes are special types of things. I mean, they're not special, so to say, but just like you have ID, you have classes, and classes are, so I mean, as the name suggests, class का क्या मतलब होता है? So you are a class of students. इसका मतलब there is some similarity about you, right? You're a class. Class means a group, right? And so let's say I have to apply a property of something on every element which has a certain class, right? So that is where this gets useful. So what has been done here? हमने बोला dot names because that's how you select the class. Names के आगे अपने dot लगाया, ठीक है? And then you gave it the two properties. इसका color है, इसका background color है, right? And हमने क्या किया guys? Now that you have done this, जिसको भी, जिस चीज को भी आप class names दोगे, it will get that property. तो हमने अपने कोड में क्या किया हुआ है? If we go down and we look at names, तो इस th को हमने दिया हुआ है, मतलब इस यूजर नेम को दिया हुआ है, राइट? हमने करिश्मा को दिया हुआ है, हमने श्वेता को दिया हुआ है, एंड दे गॉट देयर ओन कलर्स, राइट? ठीक है. नाउ लेट्स से मैं इसको भी देना चाहता था, इसको दिस इज पैरा को, लेट्स से, तो कहाँ है? दिस इज पैरा, दिस इज पैरा, राइट? सो दिस इज अ पैरा. इसके पी में मैं गया, मैंने बोला क्लास is equal to names. Reload and tada, it also got styled, right? Very simple. So CSS is simple. Okay. Now, while we are talking about CSS and the fact that it's called cascading style sheet, it means it cascades, right? So guys, cascade का क्या मतलब होता है कि let's say you had one property here, you had one property here, and when you join the two or you conflate the two, एक के ऊपर एक शीट आ जाता है, राइट? इसका क्या मतलब है कि समझना इसको ध्यान से. लुक एट दिस, व्हाट वी हैव डन. यहाँ पे वी हैव सेड जस्ट स्टाइल मी, ठीक है? ये एक एलिमेंट है और हमने इसको स्पेसिफिकली स्टाइल किया. भाई कैसे किया है? देखो, हमने इसको आईडी P1 दिया है और हमने उसके ऊपर P1 के ऊपर कुछ स्टाइल्स डाले हुए हैं. नाउ द क्वेश्चन यू शुड आस्क इज, भाई इसको क्लास, अगर इसको क्लास भी दे दो तो आईडी के साथ, राइट? So it has an ID. What if we give it class also is equal to names? Let's say we do this, right? So now what should happen? Because CSS stands for cascading style sheet, CSS क्या करेगी? It will take the two styles and apply both of them on top of this, right? So how does this happen? Let's see. मतलब browser पे देखते हैं and just reload this. And now if you try to see what has happened here is very clearly Because of the ID, we had styled it with a golden border, so वो भी हो गया. And because of class, we had given it a color and a background, वो भी हो गया, right? So essentially, guys, CSS मतलब cascading style sheet. Cascading style sheet मतलब you can overlap one over the other, right? तो अब हो क्या रहा है इस particular H1 element के लिए, H6 element के लिए, I guess, is इस पे ID भी apply हो रहा है और इस पे class भी apply हो रही है. Right, so this is kind of the equivalent of अगर आप इस पूरे को उठा के स्टाइल को यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं, that will also do the same job, right? But अभी ऐसा नहीं करते हैं. Got it? One more thing before I open the chat, and that is इधर देखो. We talked about the various ways जिसमें हम CSS apply कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? एक तो आप head के अंदर style डाल दो और उसके अंदर अपनी CSS लिख दो पूरी इस तरीके से, right? That's one way. The second way is if you want to write a particular CSS, मतलब आप फटाफट कोड लिख रहे थे, आपको रियलाइज हुआ, हे यार मुझे सिर्फ इसको स्टाइल करना है, इस एलिमेंट को. So how do we do that? We use something called as inline CSS. Inline CSS क्या होती है guys? आपने मतलब अब HTML है, हर एक एट्रीब्यूट की, सब एलिमेंट्स का एक एट्रीब्यूट स्टाइल भी होता है. तो आपने क्या किया यहाँ पे, आपने बोला स्टाइल इज इक्वल टू, और आपने वहां पे वैसे ही स्टाइल लिख दिया जैसे आप यहाँ पे लिखते हैं. तो मैंने स्टाइल क्या लिखा, प्रॉपर्टी बैकग्राउंड कलर, उसका वैल्यू क्या था, salmon, राइट? एंड व्हेन आई डिड दिस, दिस गाय गॉट स्टाइल्ड स्पेसिफिकली. This was about yesterday's revision. हम HTML का revision नहीं कर रहे हैं because we'll be learning more things about CSS today, and then probably we'll try to bring all of that together and make sense out of this. And now I am officially opening the chat for discussion. And behave yourself. Go. Chat is open if you guys have any questions. बोलिए अमित जी. अब क्लियर सर मत लिखो यार, because लोग questions पूछना चाहते हैं. थोड़ा सा रुक जाओ. Let people ask questions. Two assignments are there. Please discuss. ठीक है, assignment discuss करते हैं आज. If the ID and class have the same property, then nothing will happen, Amit. If it's the same, how are you going to know the difference here? One does not cut the other. Can you tell again about ID and class? Bilkul. CSS is a part of HTML or separate part, sir? CSS is a different language. HTML is a different language. Comment in HTML. Why don't you just Google this, man? Why are you asking me? Border in red, ID is green. Like, just go slow. Okay, we'll go slower. Can we give style for heading? You can give style for anything. So please discuss about yesterday's assignment. We will do that. How can we get the code? Hey, yaar, I give you the code every day, and you're asking how do I get the code? Wow, bhai. What will be next after CSS? If you want to ask nonsense questions, I don't have time for that. If you want to learn, please be here. What will happen if multiple elements have given the same ID? Good question. अगर हम बहुत सारे elements को same ID दे दें तो क्या होगा? Does anyone want to guess? Why we use inline CSS? All valid question. ठीक है. Let me first answer इधर से. Why do we use inline CSS? Like I said, यार अगर आप बहुत सारा कोड लिख रहे थे, जल्दी से लिख रहे थे, and आपको एक specific element को style करना है. Let's say you want to style this guy only, and you do not want to, modify your पूरा CSS for that. You can just put it in line. Okay. What else? In my question regarding the same property, in the border in ID is red and in class is green. Oh, that's a good one, Amit. तो अमित इस केस में क्या होगा? One property will override the other. जो भी आप बाद में अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, right? That will supersede the other. Which has more preference, ID or class? Let's try this. Right? Difficult to create Notepad, then use Visual Studio Code, right? Okay, let's try this. It's a good one. तो इस एलिमेंट पे हम देख रहे हैं that दोनों चीजें अप्लाइड है, ठीक है? क्लास भी है, स्टाइल भी है, right? I'll give you the code again, yes, in some way. इसमें क्लास भी है guys, and इसमें स्टाइल भी है. तो let's do this. हम दोनों को कॉन्फ्लिक्ट करा देते हैं, ठीक है? So I'll say border यहाँ पे is this, and border for names is I don't know, black. ठीक है. So now in this guy, right, border कौन से color का होना चाहिए? Will the border look like this golden or will the border look like that black? Let's try this. I'll just reload the page. Sorry, this was the one, and the border is black. Why is it black? इसका क्या ये मतलब है that the class is having more precedence? Maybe yes. Does it matter if I rechange the order? कि भाई पहले ID लगाओ उसके बाद class लगाओ? No, it does not matter. So now you know, भाई अगर दोनों चीजें एक दूसरे को intersect कर रही हैं तो class has higher preference. Clear? यार yes or no तो बोलो, इतना अच्छा चीजें बात कर रहे हैं. Okay, great. Yes, that's the energy, boys. Okay, clear now. Inline and block. यार मधुबाला पढ़ाने दो ना भाई. I will teach you. Let me be the teacher or you be the teacher. If we have multiple, if you have given ID for, if we give the same ID for multiple and then compiler get confused and it will show first output. There is no compiler here. Just keep your fancy logics to yourself. Let me be the teacher, please. I'm paid for it, guys. Let me be the teacher, please. Whenever possible, I wish to ask a question about forms, but whenever you are free. ठीक है. Can you please explain slowly? ठीक है. Can we give ID to a particular class? IDs are other attributes, classes are different attributes. So what kind of a question is that? External CSS. Good point. उसकी भी बात कर लेते हैं. I was going to bring it up today. ठीक है. अच्छा, just leave everything aside. Tell me this thing. Till this point, have you understood everything? If you have, please raise your hands. Zoom में there is a button to raise hands. जो हमने आज discuss किया, the revision we did and what we did yesterday. If everyone raises hand, we'll move to the next topic. Raise hand on Zoom, not on chat. Can you please quickly raise your hands, guys? I will repeat it, no worries. Raise hands, yaar. There are no notes to be signed. Okay, I think we are good. A lot of you raised your hands. ठीक है, perfect. आगे चलते हैं. Since a lot of you said class और उसके बीच में difference बता दो, और एक बात ये बता दो, what happens अगर बहुत सारे elements के ID same हैं तो क्या करेंगे? दोनों बता देता हूँ, ठीक है? Vidyasagar, man, your questions are another level. Let me get there. I will पक्का से tell you. Let's erase this. Okay, getting back to this, where we are. हाँ, हमें क्या बात करनी थी, guys? First of all, what were we talking about? Okay, we were talking about ID and class का difference. Okay, so back to the code. This is HTML. HTML, every element of HTML, चाहे input है, चाहे label है, चाहे BR है, चाहे form है, चाहे H1 है, कुछ भी, right? They can have two properties. मतलब they can have hundreds of properties, but we'll talk about two. One is ID, the other is class. ठीक है? ID आप तब डालते हैं when you want to identify something uniquely, because ID is unique, right? So your identity and my identity are different, right? So I'm unique, you are unique. However, you may belong to the same class, right? Matlab, 5 of us may belong to the same class, and that's why class is basically for selecting a group. Matlab, agar HTML में 10 elements हैं, and I want to select 10 of them, and I want to give them a logical kind of grouping, right? तो हम उनको classes दे सकते हैं. So class, so इस P का भी class है, इस P का भी class names है, इसका मतलब both of them can be selected using this class, and फिर जो भी style देना है दे दो, right? So that is the difference between ID and class. अब clear है? ID and class difference. प्लीज हिंदी यार, हिंदी सबको नहीं आता, क्या करूं? रिपीट प्लीज। मतलब आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू रिपीट इन दिस ईयर। सो देयर इज HTML। HTML में दोनों चीजें हो सकती हैं। दीज आर कॉल्ड एलिमेंट्स। इन एलिमेंट्स की आईडी भी हो सकती है, क्लास भी हो सकती है। अगर आपको किसी चीज को यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई करना है तो आप उसको आईडी दे दो, एंड आईडी दे दिया। अगर आपको बहुत सारी चीजें सेलेक्ट करनी है तो बहुत सारे नेम्स कर दो, और मतलब बहुत सारी मतलब सबको वो वाला क्लास दे दो, एंड उसको एक साथ स्टाइल कर लो। सो देयर कैन बी, यू कैन आइदर गिव देम आईडी और यू कैन गिव देम क्लास। So boilerplate is not needed to write down the code, or am I am wrong? I don't know what boilerplate means. अगर आप jargon लाते रहेंगे यहाँ पे सबको confuse करने के लिए तो किसी का फायदा नहीं होगा। Okay, I think there is nothing relevant here. ठीक है, आगे पढ़ते हैं। Show it, sir. What browser would change in CSS if we name multiple elements with same ID? Good. ठीक है. What happens if we give multiple elements with the same ID? ठीक है, cool. What is there to talk about? Let's just do it. इसको भी आईडी दे दिया P1, इसको भी आईडी दे दिया P1, इसको भी आईडी दे दिया, इसको भी आईडी दे दिया, राइट? रीलोड किया, क्या हुआ? सब पे आ गया गोल्डन बॉर्डर, राइट? That's what happens. While ID is supposed to be unique, if you do not make it unique, HTML आपको परेशान नहीं करेगा. It will just do what you say. But now, is it a problem? It's a problem because आप किसी भी चीज को uniquely identify नहीं कर पाओगे, right? So is putting, let me remove my AirPods. Okay, am I audible? Okay. Yes. Okay. ठीक है, चलो आगे चलते हैं. So I'll remove this ID, remove this ID, remove this ID. ठीक है, guys, अगर आप सबको समझ आ गया तो let's move to slightly more advanced concepts. Let's introduce div और आगे बात करते हैं, ठीक है? So what is DOM element and what is use? ठीक है, now I'll have to shut you guys up. Chat is going to be disabled until the next concept. Cool? Say yes, someone. Cool. ठीक है, chat is disabled. सुनो, अभी के लिए आपने देखा कि अपने पास बहुत सारे टाइप के एलिमेंट्स हैं, है ना? हमारे पास हेडिंग है, हमारे पास पैराग्राफ है, हमारे पास बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, राइट गाइज? तो अब होता क्या है इन द वर्ल्ड ऑफ HTML, राइट? देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ एलिमेंट. एक होते हैं इनलाइन एलिमेंट्स और एक होते हैं ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स, ठीक है? बाय डेफिनेशन इनलाइन एलिमेंट्स क्या होते हैं? इनलाइन एलिमेंट्स का मतलब होता है दे डू नॉट स्टार्ट अ न्यू लाइन, राइट? What that means is if there is, let's say, if let's say there is one line in your HTML, right? What it will do is वो सिर्फ एक ही पूरा लाइन ले लेगा आपका, and it will not so to say span the whole thing, right? अगली चीज क्या होती है? There are something called as block elements, right? Block elements वो होते हैं which always start a new line, right? So the thing about these elements, about the block elements, is that they take up full width. मतलब आपकी स्क्रीन पे जितना भी width है वो पूरा width ले लेंगे, and they have certain margins. Let me just explain what that means. I know otherwise you guys will get confused. Give me a second. I'm just thinking of an example जो मैं आपको दे सकता हूँ, ठीक है? Let me do this. आप इसको देख रहे हो guys? This is an input element, right? We agree this is an input element. Now इसको देखते हैं अपन. I'll just bring this down. What I'll do is I'll select this. ठीक है? तो guys इसमें क्या होता है? When I'm hovering over things, right? वो मुझे दिखाता जा रहा है कि वो कितना स्पेस ले रहा है, right? So this, it's happening like this, right? Right? And if you go to P में देखो क्या होता है. So this is heading 4. ये पूरा स्पेस ले रहा है, right? मतलब अगर मैंने इस पे क्लिक किया guys, like this. So if you look at it, what this guy is doing is it's taking the whole width available to it, है ना? मतलब इट्स नॉट लाइक जितना उसका साइज है वो उतना ही स्पेस लेगा. While for input, if you come to input, वो इससे ज्यादा स्पेस नहीं लेगा जितना उसको जरूरत है, राइट? सो essentially there are two types of elements. एक होते हैं inline elements और एक होते हैं block elements, right? Right? I did not say anything very special. All I'm telling you is two things: inline elements and block elements. ठीक है? तो एक और ऐसा inline element होता है, मैं आपको वो लिख के बताता हूँ. It's called span. ठीक है? So जहां पे हमने my interesting form लिखा, what I'll do is इसके नीचे I'll put a span element और फिर उसको समझते हैं. So this is h1. This is taking the whole line. Okay. What I'm now going to do is इसके नीचे ही I'm going to say is span. Right? और span में हम लिखेंगे fill the form something. Reload. Fill the form. ठीक है, एक स्पेस छोड़ देते हैं, अच्छा लगेगा. एंड एक और स्पेस छोड़ देते हैं. ठीक है, एंड अब स्पैन को देखते हैं गाइस. तो स्पैन को देखो क्या हो रहा है. इसका साइज इतना ही है जितनी उसको जरूरत थी, लेकिन अगर आप h1 में लिखते हो तो इसका साइज तो पूरा है. बट जस्ट टू प्रूव यू द पॉइंट, हम क्या करते हैं, हम इसको p में भी लिख देते हैं, सेम टेक्स्ट को. Right, fill the form. So I'll now instead of span I'll make it p. P is paragraph. सबको याद है? I think होगा. Come here, reload the page. अब दोनों को देखते हैं. एक को देखो, it's taking the whole space, right? दूसरे को देखो, it's only taking as much space as needed. ठीक है? So this is an inline type and this is a block type, right? सबको समझ आएगा इस inline और block का फर्क? Now I'll open the chart again and you can tell me. Go. Everyone, did you understand the difference between inline and block? It was very simple, right? So guys, समझने की बात क्या है? That if you have, explain block again, okay? ठीक है, I'll shut you up and then explain. ठीक है, I said a very simple thing. ये टूल मैंने खोला हुआ है अपने क्रोम ब्राउजर पे, आप भी खोल सकते हैं. दिस इज फॉर इंस्पेक्टिंग एलिमेंट्स, राइट? तो जब मैं इस पे गया, इस वाले एलिमेंट पे फिल द फॉर्म इस पे भी लिखा है. सो इट्स ओनली टेकिंग उतना सा स्पेस जितनी उसको जरूरत है, राइट? भाई अगर आप इस पे जाएंगे तो ये भाई पूरी लाइन ले रहा है, राइट? ये पूरी लाइन ले रहा है. तो इन दोनों में फंडामेंटल डिफरेंस ये है कि सो थिंक अबाउट इट दिस वे गाइस, क्या आप दो ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स को एक लाइन में लिख सकते हैं? The answer is no, because ये भाई तो पूरी लाइन ले लेगा, राइट? बट ऐसा सोचिए, अगर आपको fill the form बार बार लिखना है तो आप उसको कैसे करेंगे? Let me just tell you what I'm saying. Let's say I copy and paste this 3 times and then I say reload, right? Fill the form. Did you see what is happening यहाँ पे? Fill the form. It's all coming in one line, and that's why the word inline. So span is an inline element, right? ये भी span है, ये भी span है, ये भी span है. However, P is a block element. Block का ये मतलब है it takes a whole block of full width it will take. I'll unmute, मतलब I'll open the chat again. Everyone. Now please tell me you understood it. Yes, लिखो जल्दी सब लोग. फटाफट guys, fill the chat with yes. Now I'm asking you to chat and you're not chatting. Okay, great. So we know what is inline element, what is block element. Was it difficult? I don't think. Okay, someone is saying no. Who is saying no? Okay, किसको नहीं समझ में आया guys? Please tell me. Is input inline or block? Let's check it. Let's check it. I'm going on top of it. क्या ये inline है या block है? क्या ये inline है या block है? Inline है, right? Because it's not taking the whole space. How hard is this, guys? जो पूरी लाइन की स्पेस ले लेते हैं, they are called block elements. जो उतना ही स्पेस लेते हैं जितना उनको जरूरत है, they are inline elements. How is this hard? Why someone said no? Who was that who said no? Tell me and I'll explain you again. But tell me what you did not understand. Significant use of inline can be if we want to give something eye-catchy thing on our web page in repeating manner, so it won't take much space. You can say, but it's a very highly specific use case. But if we will give space while writing in paragraph, it will seem pain. Seriously? Okay, now you guys are talking nonsense, so it's time to keep quiet. Okay, next. So now हमें पता है inline क्या है, हमें पता है block क्या है, ठीक है? Why did I tell you this? That's an important question, right? Guys, एक बहुत special element है पूरे web development में. When we start learning React, when we start learning JavaScript, आप इसी element के साथ खेलोगे हमेशा, ठीक है? Let me talk a bit about that element. Okay, this element, as some of you might have guessed, is called a div. div. ठीक है? So this is a very general element. मतलब ये कुछ भी कर सकता है, right? देखते हैं. So what I've done is मैंने यहाँ पे सिर्फ div को खोला, div को बंद किया और उसके अंदर कुछ भी नहीं है. Let's say I say ABC inside it, and of course I reload the page. तो यहाँ पे ABC लिखा आ गया. First thing we need to check, भाई क्या ये inline है या block है? तो भाई हमें पता लग गया, this guy is absolutely a block. It's a block element, ठीक है? Now it's time for us to understand हमने ये block वाली बात की क्यों थी, right? So div को guys हमेशा it's always used as a container element. मतलब आप div को लिखते हैं आप और आप उसके अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें लिखते हैं, ठीक है? Cool. तो div का कोई required attribute नहीं है like other tags, right? And I mean nothing else. Yeah, pretty much that's what div is. It's nothing special about it, right? तो अब ये सब करने से पहले हम सीख लेते हैं बॉक्स मॉडल. बॉक्स मॉडल क्या होता है और उसकी क्या सिग्निफिकेंस है, हम बॉक्स मॉडल समझेंगे, ठीक है? तो हमने CSS में भी इनलाइन और ब्लॉक सीखा और अब हम बात करेंगे बॉक्स मॉडल की, ठीक है? वेरी सिंपल. कूल. हाउ डू वी लर्न द बॉक्स मॉडल? मैं बताता हूँ आपको. देखिए बॉक्स मॉडल क्या होता है. सो इफ यू सी I just try to inspect something. मैं इसको inspect करता हूँ, ठीक है? And if you scroll here, what are you seeing, right? So the browser is trying to tell you something here. And what is the browser trying to tell you? The browser is telling you कि इस element की क्या-क्या चीजें हैं, right? So let's say I select this guy, right? तो इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, right? एक border है, आपको पता है. कुछ padding करके एक चीज होती है. और ऑफ कोर्स कुछ मार्जिन करके चीज होती है, लेकिन ये होते क्या है आप समझ लेते हैं. प्लीज बी वेरी अटेंटिव फॉर दिस बिट, अदरवाइज यू विल कीप आस्किंग मी टू रिपीट एंड यू विल स्टिल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इट. बी वेरी अटेंटिव नाउ. ओके, आई एम गोइंग टू सेलेक्ट समथिंग. मैंने इसको सेलेक्ट कर दिया, ठीक है गाइज? तो एक एलिमेंट जो भी CSS में होता है, एक ब्लॉक एलिमेंट ना कि इनलाइन एलिमेंट, उसकी क्या प्रॉपर्टी होती है, वो अपने अराउंड एक बॉक्स बना लेता है. बॉक्स मतलब एक डब्बा बना लेता है, राइट? वो डब्बा क्यों बनाता है? बिकॉज इट नीड्स टू कंप्यूट अ फ्यू थिंग्स अबाउट इटसेल्फ, राइट? जैसे कि इसको देखते हैं, राइट? आप दिस इज हेडिंग 5 पे, आई एम ऑन दिस एलिमेंट. अगर आप देखो तो इस पहले एक करके समझते हैं, राइट? सो देयर इज अ बॉर्डर अराउंड इट, लेकिन यहाँ पे बॉर्डर पे डैश है क्योंकि हमने कोई बॉर्डर दी नहीं है, राइट? सो लेट्स पिक एन एलिमेंट व्हिच हैज अ बॉर्डर. इसमें बॉर्डर है, इसको क्लिक करते हैं, राइट? इसमें इफ यू लुक एट इट, हमारा ब्राउजर हमें क्या बता रहा है कि भाई इसमें बॉर्डर है जिसकी थिकनेस 2.997 है, राइट? बिकॉज दैट वाज कंप्यूटेड बाय द ब्राउजर, सो डोंट वरी मच अबाउट इट, राइट? सो व्हाट इज अ बॉक्स? अ बॉक्स इज कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय 3 थिंग्स. Box in, oh, I have a whiteboard. So pretty good. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say there is an element in CSS which is a block element. So it's a block element, which means it has a box around it. ठीक है? अब इस बॉक्स की कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज हैं. ठीक है? पहली प्रॉपर्टी है मार्जिन. दूसरी प्रॉपर्टी है, I hope you can see the board. If you can see the board, raise your hands. Okay, you can see the board. Second property है padding, padding, and the final property is of course border. If you know these three properties, आप CSS में किसी भी बॉक्स को या फिर किसी भी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट को उसकी सही जगह पे रख सकते हैं. ठीक है? और उसके अंदर की चीजों को भी सही कर सकते हैं. अब इन तीनों प्रॉपर्टीज को समझ लेते हैं. ठीक है? द फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी मार्जिन, इट बेसिकली मींस कि इस बॉक्स के आसपास what is the distance that needs to be maintained. Okay, so think of it this way. If you give margin as some pixels, of course it will be in pixels. So if you give margin as 10 pixels, it means that this box will maintain a distance of 10 pixels from everything around it, right? So let's say इसके ऊपर एक डब्बा था, इसके नीचे एक डब्बा था छोटा सा or whatever. If you give margin 10 pixels, then these two boxes above and below it will be 10 pixels apart. Not just the boxes above and below it, but the boxes on top of it, right and left of it also. This distance will be 10 pixels. Margin समझ में आया? Everyone? बोलो भाई. Raise your hands. You can't. Chat is anyway disabled. Raise your hands. 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 pixel. I think I can. Okay, lots of you raise your hands. Okay, so margin is what is outside, and matlab, jaise, see, when you're driving a car, you maintain a distance with the next car, right? And that is, so what do we say in plain language? You're maintaining a margin so that takkar nahi hogi, right? So if every car maintains some margin, there will be no collision, right? Okay, so car is a good analogy. Let's say this is a car, it's maintaining a 10 pixel distance from everyone. So the distance that it is maintaining from its neighbors is called margin. Clear? Good. Second, margin is outwards, padding is inwards, right? Padding का क्या मतलब है guys? ये box तो है, right? But इस box के अंदर, मतलब इस box में, let's say I write something. I write A, B, C inside this box, right? Now the distance of its contents, मतलब ये जो ABC है, इसका distance इसकी अंदर की दीवारों से, the distance from its walls, this guy is called padding, right? So when you're wearing a lot of clothes, जब आप बहुत सारे कपड़े पहनते हैं, हम बोलते हैं you are heavily padded. What does that mean? The outside world and the inside world, which is your body, they have a thick layer, and that layer is called padding. Got it? Margin, padding. If you understood padding, please come on, yaar, raise your hands. Everyone, जिसको समझ में आया, margin and padding, इससे आसान तरीके से नहीं समझा सकता कोई. I need more hands. No one will put down their hand. Raise your hands quickly now. Go, 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 go. Okay, that's a lot of hands. Okay. Anyway, so we know what is margin, we know what is padding, right? Border after the break. Let me let you guys chat for a while. Everyone, take care. Everyone. Okay, chat is enabled. Did we understand margin and padding? Please, yes, 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 लिख दो जल्दी से. Okay, now yes, लिखना बंद करो, and let me ask you a question. Who did not understand padding and margin? सर मार्जिन पैडिंग में आपकी स्क्रीन पॉज हो गई थी. What did you just do, SIMF Stark? Please do not spam the chat, otherwise I will kick you out. I am very serious about this. There are lots of people जो यहाँ पे सीखना है. Okay. Can you please explain padding once? Of course I can. Sir, all elements have box model. नहीं यार, not all elements. Block elements have box model. ठीक है? मैं समझाता हूँ. I'll explain it again. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll explain it again. I just wanted to see पहली बार में किसको समझ आया. ठीक है? Now everyone shut up and let's understand again. ठीक है? So in CSS there is something called as block elements and there is something called as inline elements. वो हमने समझ लिया. Block elements have a box around them, right? Now this box is very important because this allows something to function as an individual entity, right? Very simple example. अगर आपको एक मेन्यू बार बनाना था, जैसे फ्लिपकार्ट का मेन्यू बार होता है, किसी भी चीज का मेन्यू बार होता है, so you would want it to have certain space with the things in lower. You would want it to have the elements not to just stick out and be closer to each other and stuff like that, है ना? तो वो सब चीजें मार्जिन एंड पैडिंग से प्ले की जाती हैं, राइट? अपन मार्जिन समझते हैं, फिर पैडिंग समझेंगे. मार्जिन इज द डिस्टेंस दैट वन ब्लॉक एलिमेंट or one box maintains with other boxes. ठीक है? बहुत सिंपल है. अगर आप if you take the analogy of a moving car, the moving car जब आप रोड पे होते हैं, it's maintaining a distance between other vehicles, right? So it's keeping a margin that is called margin, right? So this guy ABC, when I say it has a margin of 10 pixels, it means इसके आसपास कोई भी 10 पिक्सल से क्लोज नहीं आ सकता, guys. So this is 10 pixels, this is 10 pixels, this is 10 pixels, this is 10 pixels, right? So no box which is around it can come closer than 10 pixels अगर आपने इसको 10 pixels दे दिया. So what we mean, margin is the distance that a block maintains from its neighbors. Cannot be more clear. Cool. Padding. So now there is an outside world and there is an inside world, right? अब अगर इस बॉक्स के अंदर एक और बॉक्स है या फिर आपने कुछ टेक्स्ट लिखा है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, right? That text, guys, or that whatever, that another box, the distance that the inner guy maintains with इसकी walls is called padding, right? So अगर आपने इस बॉक्स के अंदर ABC लिखा है, let's say, the distance जो इसकी wall से है, जो इसकी border से है rather, is called its padding, right? So when I say the padding is of 10 pixels, इसका मतलब ABC जो इसके अंदर लिखा हुआ है, that will be 10 pixels away from each of the wall. So that is padding, and this is margin. Chat is enabled. If you did not understand, ask now. Please do not do any nonsense on the chat. Is my screen actually paused, or are you guys able to see my screen? What is it? Is my screen working? Hello? Dude, my screen is of course paused because I'm on the same screen. Look at my camera. Look at my face. Okay, I'm guessing your screen is not working. Vanchika, my screen might not be working. My camera is working. Is my camera also pausing? Exactly, Sachin, I agree with you. This is the perfect way to teach. But I will say because I'm teaching. Guys, I think there's some connectivity issue at your end because I'm using a very high speed LAN. Okay, this is clear. There is clear on the board. There is clear on the board. Okay, the glare must be on top. All you need to worry is about this one. Guys, nonsense. Everyone, ठीक है. Margin, padding. Next is border. This is a box, right? Now, the box looks like a box because it has a border. Without a border, a box is not a box, right? So it's the border or the boundaries which is causing it to behave like a box, right? अब border की भी thickness होती है, right? And border की भी types होते हैं HTML में, right? So in the box model, there are three things. So just imagine this is a whiteboard and यहाँ पे एक box है, right? Of course, you can't see it right now because the border does not have a color, it does not have a thickness, right? And now I will show you this on the screen. ठीक है, एक बार screen देखना मेरी, not my face anymore. Okay, so guys, if you look at this H5, right, जिसको मैंने highlight किया अपनी screen पे, this guy is, I mean, this is what it is, but इसका अगर आप यहाँ पे देखें तो it has a margin, right? तो when I'm selecting margin, ये बता रहा है the distance that it is maintaining ऊपर और नीचे, right? Right? So I've selected heading 5. I go to margin. It's saying ये दोनों से margin maintain कर रहा है automatically 22.178 pixels. Why that is the case? Let's not worry about it right now. ठीक है? अगर आप padding पे आएंगे तो ये padding भी आपको दिखा देगा, right? And padding is 0 अभी के लिए. And border में dash है, इसका मतलब border भी कुछ नहीं है, padding भी कुछ नहीं है, right? But now let's try to style it. Okay? So how do we style it? हम बनाएंगे पहले border. तो I'll say border, right? Border को लिखने का तरीका है, पहले आप उसकी width बता दो. So I say 1 pixel. फिर आपको किस टाइप की border चाहिए वो बता दो. So I say solid. And आपको border का color क्या चाहिए वो बता दो. I say red. Right? I say enter. And what you're seeing now is a border. So let's select this. ठीक है? I go here. आपके पास एक border भी है जिसकी कुछ thickness है, right? आपके पास एक margin भी है, right? Now this border could have more thickness also. वो कैसे होगा? Simple है यार. I click this and हम इस pixel को 2 कर सकते हैं, 3 कर सकते हैं, 4 कर सकते हैं, 5. Let's make it 10, right? So now this is a border of 10 pixels, right? And of course, अब क्या हो रहा है? The text is appearing very, very congested. It's appearing very close, है ना? तो अब हमें क्या पता है, guys? हमें पता है कि यार जो अंदर का text है, the distance that it is maintaining with the border and nothing else is called padding, right? So if अगर हम इसको padding भी दे दें, padding, और let's say अपन बोलते हैं padding 10 pixels, 10 pixels, right? तो guys, अब आपने देखा क्या हुआ? Now the inside, right, of this thing is maintaining a distance of 10 pixels from ऊपर, from नीचे, from here, and from everywhere, right? Border, padding, margin भी देखा था, उसकी भी बात कर लेते हैं. So margin अभी के लिए we know margin. So margin, let's say I say 20 pixels, right? तो guys क्या हो रहा है जैसे ही मैं margin को change कर रहा हूँ, it's taking its due space, right? वो ऊपर से भी बढ़ता जा रहा है, वो साइड से भी बढ़ता जा रहा है, वो नीचे से भी बढ़ता जा रहा है, right? As I increase the margin all the way to many pixels. Now this guy has a huge margin, right? So अगर आप इसके margin पे देखोगे तो इसका margin बड़ा हो गया because now it has so much space from its surroundings, right? Border 10 pixels की है, हमने बनाई है. Padding is again 10 pixels. See, and it shows you padding, right? So padding is represented in green, which means उसका जो अंदर का content है, it's having 10 pixel gap. border is 10 pixels, margin is 83 pixels, and yeah, that's it. That's the box model. And now let the games begin and you guys can chat. And I'll reload the page. That is a very good response, Sweta. Thank you. क्या कोडिंग मुश्किल है दोस्तों? Is coding hard? Mayank, that is such a nonsense question यार. ये सुनो ना भाई. You have to. Why do you have to do this, yaar? I mean, after we've talked such good things about cars and padding, and why do you have to ask, can I convert an inline element to block element? No, you don't. And why do you ask that? Okay. IG lag raha hai. Thank you, Karishma. Thank you. Guys, don't act over smart. Thank you. I wanted to say that. Thank you, Syed, for putting my words out there. No worries, guys. No worries, Mayank. No worries. Just focus on what I'm saying, and you will be rewarded. My bad. What else? What else? Okay. I mean, I'll be telling what else. How can you tell what else to teach? Otherwise, you would be sitting here. Shubham, if you think you're over smart by typing the same thing thrice, I will kick you out. I cannot write thickness, a place of pixel. Teaching level is tabahi. Arey bhai. Sir, I cannot write. Don't just. Margin we put is from the margin or padding or border or heading 5. What are you asking? Can we call? I think I will stop right now. Yeah, question will remain unanswered. It will get answered later on. Okay. Do you guys want me to move forward, or do you guys want me to look at the chat for some more time? If you want me to move forward, just say move on the chat. Cool. Okay, let's move forward. I think you guys are enjoying and I do not want to spoil that. Okay, so now it's time for you to shut up. Shut up. Okay. Okay. What else can we learn? Okay. So whatever we have learned until now, usko practice karke dekhte hain. Okay. So what we'll do, guys, is ab tak humne tedhi meedhi cheezein to bahut sari bana li, right? This is here, whatever, right? But now we know very good things. We know that there is something called as box model, और इस box model को learn मतलब use करते हुए we'll try to center this content, and that will be super cool, right? भी क्या टेढ़ा मेढ़ा सा है यार. Okay, so before I do that, you need to understand. कोड में देखते हैं body का type क्या है भाई. क्या body भी, क्योंकि body के अंदर ही सब कुछ है ना. If I just collapse body, तो सब कुछ उसके अंदर आता है. अगर body का type block है boss, तो आपकी life sorted है, right? Because then what is it? It's about giving a lot of padding to everything, and then everything will just kind of come together, right? Let's see what is the type of body. वो कैसे दिखेगा? Inspect करेंगे भाई, ऐसे दिखता है. Then I click on body, right? And I am getting a good feeling out of this boss. There is margin, there is border, there is padding, and there is everything, right? And the padding for body is given as 0. तो अगर अपन body की padding बढ़ा दें guys, I think something can happen. Padding. This time I'll say %, right? So I said 10%, which is huge. Let's reduce it to 6%, 5%, 4%, 3%, 2%, 25%, let's say, right? So I'll just try to understand what has happened. Okay, pretty cool ना? I think so. What has happened is हमने body को दे दिया 25% padding. 25% मतलब जो भी पेज का साइज था guys, उसका 1/4, right? Which is a lot. So what we have done here is, let's just inspect this. And अगर आप इसको देखेंगे तो the whole place is now green, right? क्योंकि भाई हर जगह से बराबर padding हो गया, and that's what centering, that's what making anything centered means, right? It means pad it equally from all the places, and then things will become centered, and that's what padding is. But that's not how websites are made. You know that कभी कुछ टेढ़ा होता है, कभी कुछ इधर होता है, and all that stuff, right? So padding is 25, which means now एक होता है padding, एक होता है padding left, padding right. So CSS has given you these features also, right? So upon, yeah, think of it like this way. I want to pad it from everywhere, but right side से मैं pad नहीं करना चाहता, और left side से मैं नहीं करना चाहता, whatever, right? So I can just override that. So, or maybe I can say, you know what, pad 10% from here and pad, I don't know, whatever, 25% from everywhere else, right? तो हुआ क्या, आपने बोला padding 25%, so it got padded 25% from everywhere, but then immediately after that you said padding left 10%, which means left side से सिर्फ 10% padding होगा, right? Easy enough, it is. That's it, and that's how you center things. Okay, but now this is not the end of it. How do we want to end this? Is an exercise for you. The exercise is very simple. So no, you can look at the board. I know you can, and I will not have any other answer. So this is a box, right? This is a box. Okay, it's an ugly box. I'll try to make it more squarish. This is a box, a better box, right? I want these borders to be of 10 pixel thickness. Okay, I want them to be of, I don't know, green color, right? I want the inside of this box to be of light blue color, blue color. Okay, and yeah, and the text to be kind of centered, which means I want you to pad this, right? And of course, I want this whole box to be at the center of the page. Okay, so this is like the page, and I want this box to be at the center. How do you do this? बहुत simple है यार. आओ देखते हैं. Okay, let's forget about all of this. ठीक है, एक cool property बताता हूँ और. So I say div, and what I'm going to do is ध्यान से देखना. All of this, right, which was written here, body के end तक, इस सबको मैं एक div में डाल रहा हूँ. Can I do that? Of course I can do that, because div is meant for encapsulating stuff. So even if you reload, there is no difference. Now CSS has a property called as display, right? So हम अपन body में गए. Body has a div, right? And this div has like practically everything. हम बस इसको बोलेंगे display, right? So, and we'll set it to none. And everything is gone. Apart from this guy, which I'll just remove because this is outside the body. And reload. Hey, what the hell? Okay, because I have not set that property there, so that's why it's happening. So अपन क्या करेंगे? We'll just now we'll learn अपन inline CSS आती है हमें. So what I'll do is I'll say style is equal to display is equal to none. Right? No. So whatever you had written, guys, ये dash कहाँ से आ रहा है? I think I've put this dash somewhere. Okay, let me verify that data. Anyway. Okay, so now what we've done is we've done display is equal to none. What that means is the element still there? वो दिख जाएगा. हाँ, the element is still there. Everything is still there. But just because you said display none, it does not become a part of the render tree. मतलब the browser को देखा भाई display none है, गायब कर दिया. Simple. Got it? ठीक है. Now, why am I doing this? ताकि भाई we don't remove all of these things, and we are also able to make our box and do stuff with it. ठीक है. What I'll do is I'll collapse this. Done. And I'll create another div. क्योंकि div is a container element, और इसके अंदर अपन कुछ कर लेंगे यार. So inside this div, what I want is 10 pixel border, which is of green color, a light blue background. Okay. And the div to be centered. Centered on the page. 3 things. Okay. Of course, right now none of that is happening, right? Because वो text था वो पूरा एक साथ लिख के आ गया. No worries, we'll fix it. How do we fix it? Let's begin. सबसे पहले देखते हैं how is this div placed on the page? How do we do that? I say inspect. अपन इस पे जाके click करते हैं guys. ठीक है? Right now this div is barely occupying the space जो उसको available है, right? So this is the div that you have. अब हमें क्या करना है? Of course, ना तो इसका margin है guys, ना इसकी border है, ना इसकी padding है, इसका कुछ भी नहीं है अभी, right? Except from the width that it is taking because of this guy, right? So first things first, inside this div, what I want is a 10 pixel border. Okay, let's do that. 10 pixel की border कैसे बनाते हैं? We'll say border. We'll say 10 pixel. We'll say Alice blue. Okay, no, that is cheating because I said green earlier. And of course, 10 pixel, then the type of border, let's say solid. Okay, solid. And आपको color क्या चाहिए? By default black होता है, हमें चाहिए green. Right? It looks hideous. Alice blue अच्छा है. I like this. Okay. So 10 pixel border तो हो गई. ठीक है. What next? I want the content to be kind of centered, which means the content inside this guy needs to be equally spaced. बाकी सारी चीजों से. How do we do that? It starts with P. It's called padding. So padding, and what do I pad? 10% से start करते हैं, देखते हैं. Right? So I say 10%, 12%, 13%, 14%, 15%, 25%. And now it is definitely centered, right? Centered क्यों है? Because आपने इधर से भी 25 छोड़ दिया, इधर से भी 25 छोड़ दिया, which means आपने इधर से 50 छोड़ दिया, ऊपर नीचे से भी 25 छोड़ दिया, which means आपने 50 छोड़ दिया, so it's kind of centered, right? So now you have a div which has the color light blue. By the way, that's cheating because the whole page had a color light blue. So what we'll do is अपन इसको भी color दे देते हैं. How do we do that? We say background dash color. We say light blue. I like this color, light yellow. Okay, I know I'm going back on my words, but what can I do, right? So this is shaping up, but yeah, problem ye hai that I've written it here. The moment I refresh, this will be gone. So what I can do is I'll do some cheating here. I'll copy this, and Chrome allows you that feature. You should also know about it because you're the future of web development, right? So copy, right? And now if I reload the page, everything is gone because वो CSS उड़ गई because it was locally edited on the browser and not actually written in the code. But अपन ने सब copy कर लिया था. So we'll say style and everything should come back to normal, right? So border is this, padding is this, background color is this, right? Go back to the page, reload. Right? Everything is working as expected, but I wanted this div to be kind of centered too. वो कैसे करें? So what we are saying is by div, try to get some space from your surroundings, right? How do you do that? The space that element or a box element has with its surrounding is called, I want everyone to answer this, एकदम से chart खुलेगी. The space that an element has with its surrounding or neighbor members is called, बोलो ना सब लोग, what is it called? It's called margin. Simple, yaar. So what we are going to do is, okay, now shut up. Now we are going to give it margin, right? How do I do that? I do it like this, margin, and I say, I don't know, 10%. Whoa, things are shaping up, huh? And if I do 25%, it means that it is centered from everywhere and you have a beautiful div. Ab text aisa kyun hua? That I'll tell you later, but you get the point, right? Let's give it some less margin so that it will still be centered because हर तरफ से वो बराबर ही दबेगा. So I say margin is 10%. Done. Done. And you guys are experts at CSS within a day. Everyone, please speak up. Chat is open, guys. You can talk, you can ask questions now. Pixel and percentage is large. Pretty cool, sir. If we edit and inspect element, can the code come into HTML code which we saved? Nahi yaar, you'll have to copy it manually like I did. Because the browser does not have a way to manipulate your code. Otherwise, bad things will happen in the world. Imagine a website changing something on your computer, right? So how can you add local CSS again? Explain. Okay, I'll do that. Good start for us non-techies. Stop saying that. Now you're a techie, you know how to build HTML pages and stuff. Sir, I come in class late. Can I collect record lecture? Not from me, from Newton School people. I do not know about it. Where do you get these recordings? Found out sometimes you are using pixel and sometimes percentage. Okay, guys, percentage or pixel आप दोनों use कर सकते हैं. Percentage means of the total size of the web page, आपको कितना percent देना है. So that's percentage. So because I wanted to kind of center it, I said 25%. क्योंकि अगर 25% हर जगह से हो जाएगा, so it will be centered. Thank you, Sayed. We can take margin is negative. One more doubt. पूछो यार. Can padding be negative? I mean, it will take any. It can take negative values, but that's a bad practice. Don't do it. So we can change anything in the web page already quoted. I mean, you can change it locally, but locally change करके what are you going to achieve, right? It's still going to be like there. I want to know that if you will give a margin h1 element, he is enter div, why it is applied div, not h1. I don't know what you're talking about. Please think through before you ask a question. Can you show the code? I will be doing that. Ask specific questions first. What is the pixel count of screen? Depends on your laptop. For mine, it will be something. For yours, it will be something. What is the default size of the page? Again, depends on your laptop. Negative value is not allowed. It is allowed. Negative आज के लिए इतना ही. Okay. Cool. आज के लिए इतना ही. But did you guys learn the box model? It's pretty easy, right? I didn't see your question here. There are too many things going on. I might have missed it. Sir, what is void and raw text elements? Void and raw text elements. I do not know, man. I didn't teach you that yet, so I can't answer that. You can probably Google it. Easy, sir. Cool, sir. You can continue. So we can move on. Assignment. Can we format heading in this way? You can format anything in this way. That's what CSS is for. It is not easy. Why do you say that, Pratibha? Please continue. A little bit difficult. So it'll get easy now. So until here, whatever we've discussed, you understood, right? That's all you need to worry about. Whatever I'm telling, if you understand that, that will be enough. If you guys want to act cool and write cool stuff on the chat, then you will keep talking about cool stuff, but nothing is going to happen. What font are you using in BS? Can you show the code? Yes, you can see the code. What are you going to do with it? Here's the code. I understand, but a little bit confusing. It will be here. I mean, if you're first time writing this code, it will be confusing. It will be confusing for me too. It's confusing for everyone. Enough for today. Let's discuss assignment questions. Practice, guys, practice. Please discuss about assignment. I can't run the program. Can I know the correct code for it? Share code, then you will definitely understand. You write text in dev, continue. Sorry, I missed yesterday class. Why I can't understand. Padho yaar, last wala class you have recorded lectures. Go with assignment, so there are some questions in the assignment continue next, or it seems very easy while you are teaching, but when we are writing it on our own, getting blank. It will happen for some time. What was your package in Amazon, if you don't mind? It was a lot. Why do you want to know my package, man? It was a lot. Let me just say that. If you guess a number, I can tell you if it was more or less than that. Way more than 10. Way more than 20. Slightly less than 1 CR. Okay. Now you guys can guess. Slightly greater than 60. Okay. And there is nothing Amir about it. There's a reason we've worked very hard to get there. And you will too if you just listen to this. Can you explain second assignment question? Please share the code. Okay. I am going to pause. Can we get 20 LP after your class? I mean, I don't teach you for getting the money. I teach you for learning. What you do with that learning is up to you. I am at Amazon and SD3 there because I have learned. I am not there for the money. Based on how good you are, you get your package. Don't run after money. Okay, I'll pause the chat. I'll share this code with you. You can mention the topic start. What is your work role? I am SD3 at Amazon, and I'm moving to Facebook now. Question 1. Okay, let me copy these questions, and I will try to talk about them. Okay, I've just copied this question. Oops. Wow, this is long. Okay, question 1. Block or inline? I think it should be on the Newton School portal. Just ask someone from Newton School. I wouldn't know. I'm just closing the chat and I'll try to read this now. Question 1. Block or inline? We have to identify whether the following elements are block or inline. To identify that, please render each element twice inside a block. Make sure that you give the div the right data ns test attribute value as mentioned in the div. Okay. Guys, I mean, this is also one of the attributes of HTML, data-ns-attribute. I mean, whatever you give it, they will be using that to read on the page. So don't worry about it. This is not for styling. This is for the Newton School compiler to kind of read the code and understand. After rendering the element twice, also mention whether the element is inline or block in the format. Answer inline or block. You know this division block element. What do you want me to tell you in this? Sample questions for button element. Data ns block inline button test 1, button test 2. Answer is inline. Okay. Now you know how to check for an inline element, right? Just inspect, click, and you know. Following other data ns attributes value required for each of the element. Okay. Okay, I don't know what to tell you in this. You already understood what I just talked about. Okay. Possible explain HTML DOM elements in 5 minutes. I'll just tell you what HTML DOM elements are since you've asked so many times. This is a DOM element. This is also a DOM element. This is also a DOM element. So any HTML element is a DOM element. DOM means document object model. And abhi ke liye itna hi jano. When we come to JavaScript and I teach you how you play with HTML using JavaScript, I'll talk more about it. DOM elements are HTML elements for all practical purpose for you right now. Cool. Is there any other assignment question? Because this was nothing. Chat is now enabled. One more is there. Okay, Sadiq, tell me the question. Paste it here. Hello. Share the code sheet. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'll share the sheet. Okay, give me a second. Sign up for car. Okay, and this is a question. Sign up form car. How to plow day? I don't know what that means. This code I'll share right now. I will just pause the chat so that you guys can take a dump. Informal assessment, share as normal code content. No, I mean, you can open it anyway, right? Just install Visual Studio Code, guys. Why are you, I mean, if you do not know how to install Visual Studio Code, let me teach you. You go to this website, this very important website. It's called google.com. Okay. Here you search Visual Studio Code. Then you click on download. Then based on, I have a Mac, so I download for Mac. You have whichever you have, you download for that. Okay. Then you install it, right? And then what you do is you take this file that I'm giving to you and you go to Visual Studio Code. On top of that, you'll see file. You click file, open abc.html wherever you have it, and it will work. Okay. And I'm sending you this HTML file. And what you do with it is up to you. abc.html. I have uploaded the file. I'll just wait for 2-3 minutes so that you guys can download it, and then possibly we'll move forward, or we'll stop here because I know it might be getting tough for you guys now. I'll just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, now there will not be any, if you have been able to download the assignment right now, please raise your hands, because on chat you make a mess out of it. Raise your hands, everyone. The last thing in the chat is the assignment. Have you downloaded the assignment for yourself? Have you downloaded the HTML code? Please raise your hands now quickly. Let's do this. Jaldi se, guys. Still only 50% hands have been raised. Come on, come on, come on. Raise your hands here if you've downloaded the HTML file. How hard is that? Okay. Okay. I'm guessing all of you have now. So yeah, I'll enable the chat. If you have any questions, you can ask. Your assignment was really easy that I'm looking here, and whatever we've discussed in the class should allow you to complete the assignment, right? I would really like, if you're not able to still do the assignment, just think about it, right? It's a very straightforward assignment. If you have any particular doubts, you can ask me or in the mentor session right after this. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Enabling the chat. If you have any specific questions, please ask me. Okay. No, hang on. Their compiler fails on the test run. What is the next? Sir, how to download the HTML code? Yeah, just download it from here now. The file, I just gave you the file, man. What are you doing here, guys? How much time do you need for a file here? It's on the chat. It was on the chat. Dude, why are you pasting code on the chat? No, I'm not sending it. Someone just pasted the entire code, copy from there. And you just click on it, Baba. It will start downloading. What are you saying? it won't happen in a mobile phone. It will only work in a laptop, on a laptop. You will not be able to use it if you're not having a laptop. It can only be opened in a laptop and not this one. So I need to know the code for the assignment. Please, can you share it? No, assignment is meant for you. I will not tell you the code for it. Scroll the code, okay. I got the test cases. Can you define me? I can't define you. What do we do with the last portion of the assignment of a 9-block statement? Just explain that. Dude, like I said, I do not know what the assignment is. I think, guys, do you want me to stop now? Because I think we've learned. It's up to you. Or do you want me to like pause here and maybe do tomorrow? Because I don't want it to get overwhelming. Okay, since a lot of you are asking me to stop, I'll just stop here and let's continue tomorrow. I hope today's class was nice for everyone and you guys learned a lot of things. If yes, please raise your hands. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed the session today. Thank you, Arjit. Thank you, others. Bye-bye, Mukesh. Bye-bye, Suraj. Today's class was damn enjoyed and learned a lot. Thank you, Sweta. Bye-bye, guys. See you tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll just delve a lot more into CSS. Tomorrow is Friday. So next week, you're going to have your interviews with these people. So do them nicely. And I mean, let's keep studying as a batch, right? Once that happens, bye-bye. Good night. I love your English. भाई मैं हिंदी भी बोलता हूँ. Okay. I am submit first assignment, but they not compile. Sir, Aryan, I do not know, man, what you're talking about because I do not have access to those assignments. Can you just check with one of your peers, people on this chat, because they would be knowing about it since they are trying about it. So थोड़ा code ऊपर कीजिए, ये लीजिए. तो आप इंग्लिश में ही बोलना सर, ठीक है? रोहित मैं इंग्लिश में ही बोलूँगा. Oh, wait, I just said that in Hindi. So cool. I've already sent the file like 5 times. Just scroll up the chat. Thank you, everyone. So I am willing. React कब पढ़ाओगे? 2 महीने बाद पढ़ाऊंगा भाई. अगर ये अच्छे से पढ़ोगे तो React समझ में आएगा. I want WhatsApp link, please. Anyone? Okay, not for me. Any tips for interview? Just listen well in the class. I want the app link. Language is a bit hard to understand. Language is a bit hard in the sense, would you prefer English or Hindi, Rahul? आपको हिंदी चाहिए या इंग्लिश चाहिए? Yes, Mayank, you can leave. अरे मेरे भाई, इसको विजुअल स्टूडियो पर रन नहीं करना है, विजुअल स्टूडियो में ओपन करना है. उसके बाद उसको ब्राउजर पे खोल देना है, क्रोम ब्राउजर पे फाइल ओपन करके. Yes, you can leave. Everyone can leave now. Class is over. I'll stop screen share. Style ka kya? You will stay for the next 3 months. Yes, Sweta, I will stay for the next 3 months, and I'll be teaching you guys a lot of things. Could you send file once again? Okay. I've sent the file twice, guys. Please use it. Sir, अगर इंटरव्यू में क्लियर नहीं होगा, then हम क्लास ज्वाइन नहीं कर सकते. अगर आप इन क्लासेस में ठीक से सुन लेंगे जो हम बोल रहे हैं, तो इंटरव्यू क्लियर हो जाएगा.
from when the proper classes are going to, yeah, classes are already started in a way, right? I am the teacher for this course. So either you learn from me right now or after your interviews are done, but I'm going to be here. If you listen well in these classes, here. Teach in Tamil language. So teach in Tamil language, if any faculty there. Okay, I don't know how to even reply to that. So style ko kya head mein hi likhna hoga? Hanji, sir, what is the assignment question where it will be available? I don't know, yaar. Apparently you have got some Newton. Just ask Newton school people, wo bata payenge. Sir, I want to show my. Sir, go and take rest. You seem got fed up with these readings. Chats, aaj ka class ho gaya. Thank you, Sveta. That was very nice of you. I'm fully satisfied with your teaching. Thank you, Vikas, sir. Class only for Hindi language. अरे भाई आकाश सबको हिंदी नहीं आता ना. Some people only know English. What do I do with them? हाँ भाई फोड़ देंगे, सब फोड़ देंगे आर्यन. Interview language will mostly be English. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Concept is clear, but assignment question is not that catchy. Okay. You teaching skills is friendly, sir. Arey wah. Thank you, ji. We want to learn much, sir. Thanks. Good night. Thank you, Sheikh Abdul. Sir, can you please take another code to explain to us tomorrow? Sir, I want to show you my assignment work to you. Can I share? That will not be possible, Sachin, right now. Maybe we can discuss this tomorrow, or you can just take it up with your mentor. Good night. Thank you. I'll definitely have a good rest. It has been a long day. सर आप क्लास बंद कर दो वरना कैसे का जाने का मन नहीं करता. ठीक है. My link, just search my name and you'll find my LinkedIn ID. My name is Parikshit. And you can search my name there. This is my name. You can search my name on LinkedIn. Bye bye. Good night.